Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. You know the routine. And remember, folks, it's just whiskey. Before I get started with this review of Kingsbarns Doocot, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Mark, who owns a company called Turn It Up Entertainment on Cape Cod. You can go to turnitup.com. You can Google Turn It Up Falmouth. You can Google Turn It Up on Facebook, Cape Cod. And he's my friend. And he, this time of year, if you're in the Cape Cod, Plymouth, Massachusetts area, he cooperates with Cape Cod Santa, who has an authentic beard and dresses in old school Saint Nick Santa Claus attire. And Mark is his elf, and he dresses up as an elf. And just in case you're curious, where elves learned how to spell, they learned how to spell from the alphabet. Anyway, if you're in the Cape Cod, Plymouth area and you want someone to entertain, DJ, photo booth, elf and Santa Claus to make an appearance at your party or function, check it out. And if you get confused and can't find it, just message me and we'll figure it out. All right. So the main reason why I'm reviewing this is because Shane from Whiskey Lock gives this Doocot high praise. And total speculation on my part, wink wink, nudge nudge, I shouldn't say anything, just speculation. It wouldn't surprise me if this might be a candidate for his Whiskey of the Year. Will it be mine? Stay tuned for the full review. Boom. All right, so Kingsbarns Doocot. So they're a lowland distillery in Scotland, unpeated, and 46% ABV, non-chill filtered. This bottle in America is 750 milliliters. It retails for about $55. It is a non-age stated NAS. I'm just going to speculate. I mean, they opened a distillery in 2014. I'm going to speculate, this is a 6 to 8 years range, somewhere in there. And it's matured from 90% ex-bourbon and 10% STR, okay, Portuguese red wine barriques. Okay, so shaved, toasted, recharred. It's family owned, and the barley that they use is locally grown in the town of Fife. And this is a cool bottle. I've never seen something quite like it, but it's embossed, heavily etched with this on the bottom, the square pattern, and on the top neck it has embossed, raised, you probably won't be able to see it, but they're birds flying, which is also part of their emblem up top. You can see the tiny little birds, but it's really it's very tastefully done, and I appreciate that. Another cool thing is this is a very hazy, oily, sediment bottle of liquid inside here. So whenever I buy a bottle of anything, I always turn it upside down and see if there's any, oily haze sediment. And this bottle is loaded with oily sediment haze, which I really appreciate. And what I'm learning more about is becoming more aware about, I guess, is the phrase of the day is non-chill filtered, but most products are barrier filtered, and there's different micron levels of this barrier filter. So Compass Box is pretty transparent on some of their offerings, and on the bottle it'll say a light 5 micron filter or a 10 micron filter. In my opinion, I think they're using a light 20 micron. So the lower the microns, the tighter it is, and it creates more pressure, and it filters out everything. And that leaves you with a crystal clear, even if it's colored. A crystal clear, even if it's amber. I'm using the word clear, in that you will see zero flock with a 5 micron. You'll see zero flock, zero sediment, probably zero haze, zero oils. It's too much. And I'm starting to pay more attention to that. And so kudos to Kingsbarns. Again, I'm guessing they're probably using close to a 20 micron, because the hazy oils that are in this is off the charts, which is refreshing for me. What else can we tell? So they also, family owned, they are very proud that they offer long fermentations and slow distillation. So this is a real quality product. Stick to the end and you'll find out what my score on my review is on it. So the nose is full and round. There's some sweet honey, barley sugar. There's a burnt note in there, and I'll say burnt popcorn, but there's a burnt toast note in there, a burnt toasted something, or burnt popcorn note. A little bit of Play-Doh, a hint of spearmint. There's a little bit of floralness about it, and there's fruits, juicy fruits, and vanilla. Very nice. The palate, nothing earth-shattering here, but you can tell this is a quality offering. Slightly sweet, there's a chalkiness to it, a hint of pineapple. Those underlying fruits are there. Again, a sweet creaminess. And there's a nice, pleasant, lingering spice. I would say the finish is medium length, and it has a bit of slightly sweet, chalky, a bit of bitterness, a bit of sourness, with a lingering, nice cinnamon spice finish that reminds me of the candy Red Hots, those red chewy candies. It has that cinnamon Red Hots at the very end. I would not have bought this had I not watched Whiskey Lock's review of it, but he's quite smitten with this particular release. So I respect his palate, I respect his show, so I had to give it a whirl. What's cool about it is maybe a slight funkiness there too. Just a hint there just came up. One more sip. This is a nice whiskey, and is it a flavor bomb? Not really. Are the bells and whistles? Not really. Do I feel desire to run out and buy a backup bottle? Not really. However, you can just tell that this is such a quality product. There's been a lot of pride put into this, that it's a solid, good bottle of Lowland unpeated Scotch whiskey that's 90% ex-bourbon. So you are getting the Kingsbarn distillate DNA experience here. And so here's their birds. There's a better view of it. So that's what's embossed and etched on the top of the label here. And even the top of the cork has the birds on there. I don't know what type of birds they are, so if somebody knows, they can leave that in the comments below. What's cool about this is it forces you to slow down, relax, and just enjoy a good quality bottle of whiskey. I think a lot of us are in such a hurry to try the next one, to try the next one, to try the next one, and guilty as charged. That's me. But something like this, you could just sit down and just kind of relax with this. You don't have to think too much about it, and I think it serves the purpose for entry level people as well as experienced people. Score wise, this I've been debating on, and Shane from Whiskey Lock does not like scoring, but I score. So a 6 out of 10 is good. So this is a good, high quality offering right here. $55 NAS. It's probably 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe some 9-year in there. They do have a 10-year, which I have not tried. I believe Whiskey Lock prefers this over the 10, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Check out his review. So this is a solid 6 out of 10, a respectable. This is a good bottle that I recommend if it's in your budget for $55. I think it's probably 40 to 45 pounds probably in the UK. But you're getting a 700 milliliter over there as opposed to a 750 milliliter over here. But the quality that went into this, and that's relayed on my end. It deserves a 7 out of 10, which is very good. So I'll leave that up to you. This is a solid, good to very good whiskey. A little bit of cocoa in there. A little bit of cocoa powder. Yeah. I'm lingering here. It's good to very good. I'll leave the rest up to you. Check out Whiskey Lock's review of this and decide for yourself. Hats off to you all, folks, and take care. And turn it up.